Nothing like a good cup of tea. The must-have items in good carp care is a good quality landing net. And like all things carp gear related, as I'm sure you know by now, they offer a number of very specific features to not only aid you in your captures, but keep these awesome fish super safe and sound to swim home after getting a few awesome photos with them. To save you that question of why do I need one and how the heck do I even put this thing together, hang about for a few moments as I go over the four main components of a carp specific landing net, how to put one together, and I'll touch on a few carp care reasons as to why carp specific landing nets are the way to go. Let me have a bit more of that tea first though. Oh yeah, that's good. What is going on everyone, and welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, thanks for checking it out. I hope you're doing very well. So, carp specific landing net. While there are a number of nets that may work to net your capture, a carp specific landing net is made with a number of features in mind. These features ensure carp safety is first at hand and also makes things a lot easier for us as anglers. Let's take a look at the parts of the landing net. Following that, I'll show you how to put a landing net together. If you've been online and you've been looking over the many nets available, you'll no doubt notice that some nets are made slightly different to others on the market. Carp specific landing nets are constructed somewhat in a similar way to many other nets. However, many anglers just see a net as a net. Carp specific landing nets offer a number of differences, but generally they all consist of four main parts: the net handle, the spreader block or net head, net arms, and the net mesh. And as an addition, a net float. Adding a net float to the end of the handle will keep the net afloat on the surface of the water while you're getting ready to net that fish. Starting off with the net handle, these can come in a number of styles with varied lengths and made from a number of materials, but most current net handles are made of a lightweight carbon. This makes things light in weight and means the fish can be netted with a single hand holding the net while the other hand is playing the fish and guiding that fish safely into the back of the net. Net handles come in a number of lengths, as I mentioned, and most commonly come as a 1 or a 2-piece handle. I personally favour the 2-piece handle, as this allows me to carry the net in a smaller, more compact footprint while getting to the lake, but once there and set up, it allows me to gain more reach should I need it to net the fish. Also, at the end of each of these net handles, you will see they are slightly different from one another. One has a traditional head. This is known as a spreader block, and it's made of a moulded composite material, and its design is to keep it light in weight yet very strong and durable. The spreader block is for the net arms to fit into. You will also find other nets that offer a stainless steel finished head, as seen here. This is also very durable and will last a very long time, but depending on the size of this design, can add a little more weight to the end of the net, since it's made from a high-grade stainless steel. The arms of the net that fit into this are also slightly different, so let's take a look at the net arms now. Some nets offer slightly different net arms, depending on the style of the net. Most types work very well, allowing the setup and breakdown in no time at all. There is no real difference between the two types shown here, other than the look of them. As you will see, the net arms are designed to support the net mesh in this large V shape. This allows us to guide the fish into the net, and most net heads like this are a standard 42 inches in size, but they are available up to a whopping great big 50-inch option. The reason for such a large net size is to allow enough room to guide the fish into the net, as opposed to trying to quickly scoop the fish in a fast motion. By trying to scoop the fish fast like this before they're really ready to be in the net can and will at some point result in damaging not only the arms of the net, spreader block and the net handle, but could also run the chance of losing a fish of a lifetime, or worse, actually damaging the fish. So take your time when netting a fish really is the key. I'll actually be going over this in another video demonstrating on how to net fish safely, so keep an eye out for that one soon. Beautiful. The last part of the landing net is known as the net mesh. There are a number of mesh types available in a variation of sizes, patterns and depth. Unfortunately, this is the part of the net that will see the most wear and tear, but the good part of this is it can actually be replaced with most net types, since they are generally a universal fit. The main feature of the net mesh is that it's all focused around carp care. The net mesh is made of a material in such a way to stop the fins of the fish becoming caught or snagged up once they are in the net. This is known as a fin-safe mesh material. While you won't have many issues with this occurring, it can happen from time to time. But if it does, you're best to just cut a small part of the net, allowing the net mesh to be removed from the caught area of the fin. But don't worry, you can easily stitch the mesh back together later on. As I've mentioned, using a carp specific landing net is not just about making life easier for us, but also doing our best to respect and treat these mega fish respectfully as possible. It really goes a long way. Using a carp specific landing net will not only help you with your captures, keep them safe, but it will also show the general public and any onlookers just how much respect we give our quarry. And in return, opening the eyes a little to anyone that may have any misguided or misunderstood beliefs on carp in the first place. And the end result, with any luck, will help put carp and carp angling in a much brighter light. Now we've taken a look over the components of the landing net, let's take a quick look at how to put a landing net together. This process is very easy and will help you avoid having any issues or causing any damage to the components of the net while setting it up or breaking it down. Start by unrolling your landing net and spread out the arms of the net, like so. Next, take your landing net handle and insert the left arm into the spreader block. At this point, check to make sure the hook or the net cord on the end of the net arm is not wrapped around. If it is, you can turn the net arm to unwrap it. Now, taking the right net arm, place one hand at the spreader block end and your other hand at the end of the net arm, like so. Next, line up the net arm at the spreader block and slowly insert it into the spreader block. While doing so, to take the tension out of the net arm, gently flex the net arm out, allowing it to slot into the spreader block more easily. And there you have it, you're ready to net them fish. To break down the net is very simple, and it's just a case of doing the exact same steps in reverse. First, take the spreader block in one hand and the end of the net arm in the other. Gently flex the net arm out and away from the other. This will take the tension off of the net arm, allowing you to then slide the end of the arm out of the spreader block. Following that, remove the second arm from the spreader block, and from there you can place both of the arms together like so. So I didn't realize you guys there. Folding the top of the net mesh back on itself, rolling the remaining mesh around the net arms, and you're good to go. So there you have it, a very simple way to set up your new landing net, and some very simple reasons as to why having a carp specific landing net is not just about having a bigger net. For those of you interested in the landing nets you've seen in this video, I've included them in the description below, along with the links for both over to Big Carp Tackle, should you want to buy and try one for yourself. If you have any questions on this topic or any other items of gear, please feel free to leave a comment below. And for those of you interested in following along with this type of content and more, I hope you consider subscribing to the channel. If you do, be sure to hit that notification bell so that way I can keep you up to date on all my carpy goings on. I hope this helps you in your angling, and I'd love to hear about it if it has. And as always, thanks for watching.